As a black woman and a woman in leadership, I got a compliment this week that almost made me cry. And that compliment was, you have a great way of managing intensity when it's necessary without being a bitch. Let's talk about it, because I have actually worked on that for many, many years. And I think a lot of women in leadership or entrepreneurship or even black women in corporate can attest, which is a lot of time the very reason that you are a high achieving woman is the thing that makes you have the mouth of a viper, which is a mother wound, right? A lot of times you're trying to outrun childhood trauma by becoming a high achieving person. And unfortunately, that comes along with some insecurities that don't heal just because you've gotten to high places, right? And I find that it's actually very common that women with that type of pattern or background can have a mouth that is real nasty. And there's such a thing as nice nasty, where you may not be using curse words or calling somebody out of their name, but you're being disrespectful, you're being belittling and condescending, right? This is something that was brought to my attention in my 20s. And it was from a guy I was dating, and at the time it crushed me, but I thought about it. I've always been a person that if it's valid criticism, I'm going to take it back, I'm going to chew it, I'm going to think about it. And I really had to think about, like, why do I do that? And it was when I felt threatened or unseen, or like somebody wasn't hearing me or taking me seriously. And I had mentors over the years who taught me there are better ways of making yourself heard and seen than having to come across nasty to an individual. And in fact, doing that makes people want to listen to you less. And so now, as a person who is turning 40 this year and is in a director position and has been for a few years, I've been a coach for 8 years, I've been in leadership for a long time, I have had to learn and teach myself and apply and tweak and polish my approach when I'm in times of conflict, or when I disagree, or when I need something done differently than a person wants to do it. There is a way, right? And there's a way to do that and still be respected. There's a way to do that and still have your point taken. And I find that to be a milestone for me personally, but it makes me think about some of my clients and the work I do, which is that this is a thing that plagues a lot of high-performing women and sometimes knocks us out of the running. You sometimes have the knowledge and experience, but you're not progressing and growing because of that mouth. So I would love to hear y'all's opinions and thoughts and views on this. Drop down in the comments. But I think that it is something worth working on, and I find it makes your career and your businesses much sweeter. You end up making friends wherever you go rather than enemies and having to fight your way through a place or a system or a situation. So if you find that you have a snippy mouth, don't feel any shame in working on that and working on self-regulation, because it's truly worth it and it does